Our first speaker this evening, Sara Mayer, could not be with us live, last minute request from work. So we had to do a quick pivot, as we Toastmasters know how to do, right? And she graciously sent a recording to share with us this evening. Sara is the founder of Sara Mayer Consulting, where she helps new business owners design bold, efficient businesses. With expertise in business strategy and leadership coaching, she empowers entrepreneurs to build success on their own terms. Now, as we listen, as I am in learning and development, I encourage you to use the chat to note anything that resonates with you, because we all learn better in social settings, right? There's that concept of social learning. So take notes or write in the chat. Be really intentional to let us know what's resonating with you as Sara speaks, so that we can capture those a little later. And of course, if you have any questions, also add them to the chat, because although Sara cannot be with us in person, she did ask me to capture those questions and she can reply to us individually, separately. Your reflections, as you write those on the chat, can benefit others. It's a great way to stay engaged. So let's go ahead and play Sara's video, which is blog success, how to build a successful blog and monetize it effectively. So help me welcome, and let's give Sara a virtual round of applause. And in the meantime, I'm going to start sharing my screen.
Hello, I apologize greatly. I am not able to be here live because work, of course, got in the way. I have a huge event tonight for the leading caterers of America, and because of that, I am not able to be here. So everyone, I am very excited to share my passion project. So imagine having a really simple, in my opinion, idea, a passion really, that starts with a way to express yourself, share knowledge, and just tell your story. And then over time, you start noticing that others, strangers actually, from all across the world, are reading, commenting, and sharing what you wrote. And then suddenly, that passion becomes something bigger. And in my case, it turned into a blog that's now been read by over 350,000 people. I'll say that again. 350,000 people have read my blog. What began as this personal project, actually in Pathways, became a successful venture, all because I stayed true to my vision while learning as I went along and seeing the business potential. So when I first started the Bold Goal Crusher blog, it's also a podcast now, so sorry if I say podcast. My goal was actually really simple, just to create a space where people could find actionable, straightforward, practical steps to set and crush their goals and everything that got in the way. And I saw so many people struggle with staying motivated, feeling overwhelmed, or getting stuck, that they didn't have tools to break down their goals into manageable steps. And so that's really where the idea started. People were asking me how I get everything done, and that is really the advice that I share in my blog. So I've been through all of this myself, so I wanted to really help others avoid some of those same struggles. So every time I wrote a post, I really thought about what I went through and what others could use as advice to basically give themselves a break, or to help them get through the never-ending list of to-dos. And that authentically helped me build a small but connected readership. And people mentioned that they valued the clarity, the simplicity, but most importantly, the actionable steps and the guidance I was offering. That really gave me the confidence to keep going. So each post was really a personal accomplishment at first. It took a lot of courage to put myself out there. I wrote about things that I genuinely was interested in or struggling with, and many of my topics came from things that clients or friends were dealing with as well. So at first, the idea of making money off my blog was not originally in the plan. And to be honest, it felt quite daunting. So I didn't want to shift away from my purpose of helping people, but then I did realize that I could make some money with my blog and it could actually enhance my mission, allowing me to expand and maybe even add more value. So I became careful. I really started to carefully explore affiliate partnerships with companies and people that provided goal crushing tools that I personally used or liked or vetted. And I started offering those as resources. And then I also added some templates and downloadable things that I was creating. And this really added another layer of practical value for my readers. So they were able to see that there are other tools out there that maybe I didn't want to create, but were already doing really well for other people. So that helped me to initially start funding the blog financially. And then I realized that making the blog profitable didn't need to compromise the value or authenticity of the blog. So it became more of leveraging the power of the blog while staying true to the purpose. So when I included those affiliate links for products, they were all things that I genuinely loved. So it was to add value, and that really helped pay off in ways more than I imagined. People really enjoyed the tools I was sharing and shared that they valued that I had used them or found that they were successful for clients. So once I decided to scale and monetize, the real work began. I knew I needed a consistent content calendar to retain my growing audience. And so I invested in some strategies and made some personal commitments. So I committed to write 4 blogs every month and send 4 emails about those blogs. And I set up that email newsletter originally to drive people to the blog. Now I use other content as well. But this allowed me to stay connected and also to make sure I kept that commitment to the readers that they would get a blog at least once a week. And these small steps made a difference, not in my readers, but also in my life, because I realized that sometimes things just seem so big. I want to create a blog, I want to monetize it, I want to have clients, I want to do this. But really all I needed to do was create 4 blogs a month and email my people about it. So reaching over 350 readers was actually kind of surreal. And I didn't even realize that until I pulled the numbers for this event. And it's not really about the number. It never has been. It's about the people out there who are connecting with something that started as a personal path-based project of little interest. And now I've received emails from readers whose lives have been changed by my posts, and knowing that my advice and my words makes a difference truly does mean the world to me. But beyond that, it's opened doors I didn't expect, like some branded partnerships, speaking opportunities, writing articles in the Toastmasters magazine, as well as this connection here came about because of my blog. So like any journey, as you can imagine, there were challenges. It was hard to find the balance between growing my blog as a business and making sure that I'm staying true to my original mission, really striking that balance of how much am I promoting and how much am I providing value. And there were moments where I felt pressured to align with brands that I just simply wouldn't use. Not that they weren't great brands, they're just not a part of my daily life. And so there was some pressure there. However, I learned that the importance of staying grounded of what initially transpired and what the initial idea was did help me blend that passion with the business. So I guess I'll leave you with this. If you have a passion or a goal, don't be afraid to pursue it and nurture it. And eventually it may grow into something bigger. And the journey isn't always easy, but it's incredibly fulfilling. So my blog taught me that there's real power in combining passion with purpose. and a little bit of strategy. And so I encourage each of you to look for opportunities in what you love. And when you do what you love, who knows? It may just reach 350,000 people too. Thank you so much for having me today. Again, I apologize I could not be here live. I hope that you have enjoyed everything we talked about at this event today. Thank you so much.